My name is Morag Gamble. I'm a permaculture teacher, designer and writer. With my family, I live a simple, debt-free life in a permaculture eco-village in the Australian subtropics. My edible landscape is low maintenance, abundant and a great sense of joy. We've built our own house, a modular house which collects all its own water and power and processes its wastes. In this series of films, I'd like to show you around. Hi, I'm Morag Gamble from Our Permaculture Life, and today I'm going to show you how to grow your own potatoes in a really small space. All you need are some bags, some compost, and some sprouting potato, and a little bit of mulch for the top. So if you can find yourself an old sack or an old bag somewhere, all you need to do is to put some compost in the bottom of the bag, just a little bit to get things started. So I'll just put a little bit down in the bottom, maybe about 10 to 15 centimetres is probably a good amount, just right down in the bottom like that. Now if you've got some potatoes, I've got a couple of different sorts here. This one here is the Kipfler potato and this one is the purple one. Amazing. Take a look at what's inside of this. It's just beautiful. So you can chop up little bits of potato. As long as they have an eye, they're going to grow. So I'm going to put the purple potatoes in this one. So let's chop up this one into a few more pieces, maybe into 8 little sections. There we go. Now I'm going to pop them all into little bits, into little segments throughout my grow bag, with the little growing tips pointing upwards is probably a good idea. Another one, 2 more to go. Just spread them out nice and evenly. And then just for good measure, a little bit of extra compost just on top. And finish it off with a handful of mulch. There we go. So I'm just going to leave that now and wait for the tips to grow. This one here has Dutch cream potatoes in it, and this has been growing for about a month now. So I'm going to show you, once the shoots have come up, what you can do to keep them going. So I'm just going to take out the mulch from the top, and every time you come back again, you add more compost into it, because as the stalks come up and you put more compost around, you're going to get more potatoes, and as they keep going up, more and more and more potatoes. Keep rolling the bag up, adding more compost, until every time you add compost, just leave a little tip showing at the top, and it will keep growing until it's time for it to die back. And when it dies back, you know that it's time to open up the bag. You can just either tip it all out or slice it open, and then you have a whole complete bag full of potatoes growing in such a small space. It's a super easy strategy and fabulous for small backyards or possibly even balconies. So growing potatoes on a balcony has just become even easier. So keep going even more. Put as much compost as you can. So that way you're going to get more and more potatoes. There we go. And I'll just put a little bit of mulch on top to make sure that all stays nice and moist. And then they'll keep growing up and we'll keep rolling the bag up. And the same with this. I'll keep coming back and checking to see how it's going. As soon as they come up about this high, add some more compost, roll up your bag and just keep going and going. So the last thing to do is I've got a little bit of worm castings from my worm farm. Just add a little bit to some water. About a ratio of 1 part of the worm liquid to 10 parts of water is usually a good ratio. And then I'll just give that a nice little water in. Make sure all that compost is nice and moist. Same with this one here. If you're on a balcony and you're a bit worried about it seeping, you might want to actually put this in a little tray so that you can manage any liquid seeping out. But if you're out here in the garden, it's absolutely fine. There we go, beautiful. So that's how to make a potato garden in a small space and use those little corners that you thought you didn't know what to do with, and also to grow a crop that's normally something you grow in a large area. Come back to learn more about my permaculture lifestyle, home, garden and community. I'll also be visiting really interesting people and places. Find out more stories and information about my courses and workshops on my blog ourpermaculturelife.blogspot.com.